It is starting to warm up a little bit in the Midwest. Right now it's about 42 degrees plus sunny, no wind. So some people are actually hitting outside. But for now, I still got to play test the Laserfibre Native Tour. This is the review. So as a stringer, you guys are going to definitely realize that this is a very smooth, round co-poly poly. I don't even care the distinction at this point. So as you can see here, it's definitely like milky, creamy, kind of white. But my concern right now, again, this is first impressions. I haven't even played with it yet because it's not even strung on my Fury Arma 98. It feels cheap, but never really judge a book by its cover on its feeling before you even play test it, because a very similar string that is arguably the best round poly I've play tested on this channel so far is the Fury C4, the orange string. And when stringing it, it did feel similar, where it was pretty slick like this. Relatively soft. I believe the C4 is softer than this, at least first impressions. But it felt like a cheap material. But the C4 was my favorite round poly I've ever play tested. Price not withholding, obviously, because it's a little bit on the pricier side. So just be aware that it does feel cheap for stringers, but it's easy to string, it's relatively soft, and we'll see if that softness and maybe even that cheapness, hopefully it doesn't feel cheap when playing, hopefully the softness, the pros of this carry on to the tennis court.
I have heard of Laserfibre, but surprisingly I've never hit or strung with it. They are just small enough of a brand to fly under that radar, but are popular enough to be on stock for major tennis online retailers, at least in the United States. From the baseline, I can definitely tell that this string needed absolutely no break-in period whatsoever. Even in my first hit warming up during short court, this string was soft, comfortable, and plush, and did not have that cheap feeling associated with round, softer co-polys. Overall, from the baseline, the typical characteristics of having a soft yet powerful response continued. I felt like I could rip the ball with great control off the backhand and forehand side with some decent spin, but more on the spin potential later. The defensive and offensive slices from both wings were damn near perfect as well. And flattening out on shots like approach shots felt extremely natural to me, something that is not associated with all the strings because I am not a flat hitter, I'm a baseline grinder. Also, the string was the absolute best for touch shots from the baseline, like the baseline drop shots and lobs that Alcaraz is known for. The only negatives I can give this string are extremely minute. I personally thought that there could have a little bit more topspin potential from the baseline off both wings. Other high quality round polys like the Fury C4, Young's Poly Tour Pro, and Tecnifibre Razor Code, I've reviewed all of them on this channel, has slightly more spin potential than the Laserfibre Native Tour. Also, even though the launch angle was predictable, the string could sometimes be a little too powerful when going for aggressive topspin swings. Yes, the launch angle was great and predictable, but the ball landed a bit deeper than expected, but it wasn't because of the slight lack of spin. And it's really hard to explain, you guys just have to try it for yourself. It's hard to put into words. You know what else you have to try for yourself? Today's sponsor, Shamdude. Shamdude's hygiene lineup for men features shampoo, conditioner, and the most recent product, and my personal favorite, bar soap. This lineup specifically is made for men, and it was scientifically tested on the most undesirable, least attractive, and grotesque type of men in the Western world: professional tennis instructors. Scientists proved that after using Shamdude's products for a week, professional tennis instructors matched on dating apps like Tinder and Bumble had a sudden increase of 420% in matches and a 69% conversion rate into actual physical dates. Crazy, right? So if you want to have an ace in your dating life, do me a favor and check out the link down in the description below. And yes, it does help out this channel. Thanks. The finesse feel and comfort carried over into the volleys as well. In all honesty, zero complaints. Yeah, this section is pretty damn short. This is a perfect string for volleys. If you're a serve and volleyer or even a double specialist, seriously, just try out this string. For the serves, it is unsurprising for me to report that the flat serves were not only comfortable, but absolutely precise and predictable. I can hit some sick aces with this string setup with shorter angle flat bombs my opponent just couldn't read. And yes, it does feel like it adds a few miles per hour on the flatter shots. The slice serves were fine, but I did wish that there was more spin potential coming from the kick serves. It just never jumped as much as some of the shaped cold polys or even some of the round polys that have good spin potential that I've tested so far. Holy shit, is this a great round poly. It's pretty obvious that I'm a huge fan of this string. This string is basically the epitome of a soft round poly in all aspects. And what's great about that is it's only $12.95 as in making this video. Not cheap, but not expensive either. But I want to know what you guys think. Did you ever try this string? If so, what are your thoughts? Did I nail this on the head, or was I a little bit off the mark? Leave a comment down in the section below, or better yet, join my Discord where 1,500 daily members are talking about all things in tennis. This tennis string review was the 16 gauge version of the Laserfibre Native Tour, and it was strung at 50 pounds using my Fury Arma Pro 98, which I'll review shortly. It's a late night for me because I have one more review to wrap up while catching a flight in 48 hours to go play tennis in a completely different country. And yes, it's gonna be a shoe review. I haven't done one of them in a while. I'm excited for this. I'm trying to wrap it up ASAP because it's a request from my third favorite Discord moderator. And as always, guys, happy hitting.
So as I'm watching my buddies Rory and Michael duke it out on the tennis court after this B-roll that you guys just watched for this Laserfibre Native Tour review. I will be in Canada playing 4 matches against 4, 5, and 5 tennis players. I'll be uploading that, and that's going to be not a UTR match, but it's definitely going to be on Swing Vision, so be on the lookout for that. So as always, guys, hit like, hit subscribe, hit that notification bell for more original tennis content. And as always, guys, happy hitting.